Okay,
Yes,
yeah.
yes. Go ahead.
So, Otunba, let me ask my next question. There is this growing excitement across Nigeria and the international community about the impending constitutional force majeure. Please, can you throw more light on this event?
You see, because of the nature of it, I won't be able to give you too much light, too many details, because we are keeping the actual details close to our chest till we are ready to sort it out. But what I can tell you is that it is the activation of the implementation of that Freedom Park proclamation. That is all. That is all we are doing. It's the next stage after I told you we started from Pronaco. After Sharia came in, we started from Pronaco, the MNN, the three solemn assemblies, then the proclamation, the Freedom Park proclamation. That Freedom Park is what we decided in that Freedom Park proclamation. What I read out to you is what we want to activate now. Is what we want to activate now. But forgive me that I won't be able to give you too many of the details. What is happening it's going on. It's going on, and it will soon come to. In fact, we should have done it earlier in the first quarter of the year, but this global pandemic slowed us down.
It slowed everybody down.
It slowed us down. So we are going to do it, and it's going to work by God's grace. Amen. But the details of what we are actually going to do will have to stay with us till we are ready to unveil it.
But definitely. Let me ask this, Otunba. The force majeure is a multi-regional thing. It's not like it's one organization trying to do something.
No. It's multinational. It's multi-regional. It's everybody doing it together. I've told you, since that Freedom Park proclamation in 2018, we've been doing everything jointly.
Wow.
Everything has been done jointly.
Wow.
Everything. Because when we did the solemn assemblies, it showed each one of us that the other part was serious. Right. We all said the same thing. Right. Right. The East repudiated the 1999 Constitution. The Yorubas did. The Middle Belt did. So we were all on the same page. And that was why we were able to come together in December 2018 to make that declaration. And having made that declaration now, all that is left for us now is to activate it and implement it. But how we are going to do it, leave it to us. When we get there, you will know.
It's even better, Mr. Otunba. It's even better because some people may hijack it before you know it. So
they may hijack it. They may throw dollars at some of our people, and you find that they start looking the other way.
Right.
With the almighty dollar, money is a problem. They've impoverished a lot in that country.
Right.
They will start a pure water business, my sister, in Nigeria. 20 different government agencies will condescend on you. You pay tax here, tax this, that. By the time they finish with you, all your profit is gone. They will make sure you don't get anything out of it. So it's a big problem.
The place is the definition of hell.
So people are impoverished. There is no ready cash around. So anytime any money comes in from anywhere, they say, "I beg, John, let me survive." And that's the thing they play on.
Right.
That somewhere, they will find somebody who needs money and who's ready to tag along with them because of money.
Mm-hmm. That is true. So
that's why we don't want the details out so that they don't throw money at anybody and get that person to start misbehaving.
Right. Right. It makes sense.
Thank you so much. Otunba. We're really excited and very pleased to have you in this program. You've opened our eyes into so many things. We appreciate you. And I like your intelligence and the way you dodge some things that shouldn't come out. It really shows, that's the woman's tactic. Women, when they're up to something, they say, hold on, the soup is coming. We'll bring it up.
The soup is coming. And the soup is coming. Well cooked soup is coming.
Thank you so much.
What
we're saying, that's why, yeah.
So I want to thank you. I want to thank you for giving me this opportunity. I didn't know you existed or anything like that till I saw your invitation. And I really appreciate the fact that you gave me the opportunity to talk And especially to explain to you that Yorubas, we are not the Ngbati that people call us. I know you people don't trust Yorubas for a long time, but we are not that bad. We are not that bad.
At all. At all.
We are not that bad. Every nation has its own bad eggs.
Right.
But I don't think we have more than others. I don't think Yorubas have more than others.
Right.
A lot of us are hardworking, we are truthful, we are honorable. But one bad egg can spoil the whole basket. That's always the.
That's always.
Yeah. Thank you so much, man. So by implication, all that we've been discussing, what I'm sensing is that the southern and the middle belt constituent, the components of Nigeria, that more or less they are suing for divorce, with this constitutional force majeure. They are suing for divorce from the Lugadian marriage of 1994. So please, man, can you give our viewers an insight?
1914.
Yeah, 1914. Can you give our viewers more insight into how Nigeria arrived at this sorry state? How did we get to this point?
That marriage, like I told you, in 1914, was an arrangement. It was this company, UAC, that sold either UAC or it sold Nigeria to Britain. It was a business enterprise. They had no regard for us. They didn't even think of what they were doing or anything. They sat down in Berlin at the Berlin because they carved up Africa.
Yes,
so Nigeria, what they call Nigeria fell to the British. So we now had this Lord Lugard coming in as a businessman to see what he could do, and he discovered that the Northerners were more amenable to what they wanted to do than the Southerners. We were more enlightened, we were more educated, so they saw that we were difficult, but we had all the means. We were the lady of means that they were referring to, that they wanted. So they decided that it's better. They had, we started out as Northern Protectorate, Southern Protectorate. They now decided it was better to marry the two of us together so that the North will have access to our money to support themselves. And they will now sit down and collect dividends from it. Till today, they are still collecting dividends. All these UAC, most of this John Major, Tony Blair, their fathers worked here in Nigeria. Some of them even worked here themselves. So till today, you will not believe it that they are still collecting dividends from our companies. Before the dividend they declare in the newspaper, they've given them their own share.
Wow.
They were living in Kaduna, in the GRA, so they were there, and so that's why they don't want Nigeria to break up, because they make money. You need to know the amount of crude oil they lift from this nation every day without paying that the North allows them to move. No Southerner will allow that. Will a Niger man allow them to be taking his oil like that without payment? They won't. But they needed a way of sustaining themselves. So that's what why they set up Nigeria. It was a business enterprise. And gradually, when the people became more educated, they started fighting for their rights. And Ahoro, Awolowo, Zik, they saw that something was wrong. That even Ahmadu Bello, who is from the North, said that it's a mistake. Nigeria was the mistake of 1914. He himself admitted it was a mistake, but he had to live with it. So he said it will become an estate of his great grandfather, Usman Danfodio. So that's the way they've been seeing it since that time, that they own Nigeria.
They are born to rule.
And they've been doing it till we now get to where Buhari, and where ISIS became a problem. They know America was chasing them here. Every other nation was chasing them. They needed a place to sleep. If you know the history of the Fulanis, they really didn't have a homeland. They operated from Senegal, Futajalon, to Cameroon, and they created a trading corridor for them that, according to the weather conditions, when it's raining, when it's dry, they bring their cattle down, grazing it, then they go back. When it becomes dry in Cameroon, they start going back. That's the way they've lived for years. But when they now came, when a few of them, now Usman Danfodio now came and conquered the northern tribes. And the northern Nigeria belonged to different tribes. The Hausas, there was no Hausa tribe. I don't remember their names, but Hausa was their common language. So that's why they call them Hausas. There's no tribe called Hausa. It's their language that is Hausa. He came, defeated them. From defeating them, he defeated our own person too in Kwara, in Ilori. He annexed everything together. They started having a homeland. From there, now over the years now, they needed to give a homeland to their people in West Africa. You know, the other Fulanis in West Africa. They too wanted to settle down. And that's where our problem with them started. So this Boko Haram thing was a matter of survival. They wanted to drive us from our villages, from our place, and so that they can move in and settle there. All the places they've driven them, Middle Belt people, they've given them new names. Those people are not going back home, except we managed to swing what we are doing now. They've already moved there. They are living there. They've renamed the place. And those people are going to live in IG camps for the rest of their lives, except we move in and say, no, it's not going to happen. So that's how we got into this mess. The Fulanis wanted a homeland. And luckily for them, Buhari came in. That's why Buhari kept trying to become president. Kept on trying. He needed, all his main focus was a homeland for his people.
Right.
And when he finally got in 2015, they started. You know, free visa on arrival, Fulani owns everything. Even before he became president, he went to fight Lamadeshino in Ibadan. That's why are you killing my people? Everything. So, you know, it's just a matter of survival. So except we are ready to give up our land to them, I don't know where they are, because we, at least, the people can come down here for us IDP. Where are we Yorubas going to go? Where are you Igbos going to go? Are you going to enter the Atlantic Ocean or the right of the? Who will give you? So that's why we had to lend ourselves a brain, like my people will say, lend ourselves brain and decide that we have to fight back. Yeah. Otherwise, we'll be left swimming in the Atlantic Ocean. There's nowhere to go.
And it doesn't look good.
Got into it. That's how we got into it. They wanted land for their people. That's the bottom line. Any other story they tell you, my sisters, is just fabrication. Their bottom line is that they needed land for their homeless Fulani brothers in the Sahara and the West African region. Everybody is fighting them. Ghana is throwing them out. Mali is throwing them out. Niger is throwing them out. Nobody wants them because they become very violent, very problematic. So with their brother as president here, they are hoping they'll be able to overrun Nigeria. You know?
Wow.
Wow. That's how we got into this state, and it's even worse. You know, all they are taking money, spending money. It's not even important, because it's when you are alive you spend money. Let us get them out of our hair first. If they come into your state now, after we've renegotiated, if they come in, they know they are visitors. You understand? It's not as if you are going to tell them, don't come into Igbo land, don't come into Yoruba land. But at least they will know they are visitors. They are no longer born to rule us.
Right.
That thing has to go. We have to get that thing out of their minds.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
They are there. They are coming as visitors, selling their cows or whatever else they want to sell, and they go back. Or even if they live here, live as immigrants. You understand?
Yeah. Know your place. Stay in your lane.
Stay in your space. Everything. They've had it before now. All the places called Sabo, Zango, Kataf, they were all their places. This is where they settled before. And they were roughly peaceful. They weren't given any problems, really, till this problem of ISIS coming in, needing a space to govern, to set up their headquarters. And they decided Nigeria was a good place to set up their headquarters, because their people are already living there. You know?
All right, Auntie.